My name is Callie White, and tonight I'm going to be doing my issue speech over assisted suicide. Tonight, my audience is Riley Kate, Chesney, Sam, Lori, Tracy, and my dog Grace is going to be sitting in on it. Imagine this. You're at your doctor's office waiting on the test results to come back from your annual physical. When the doctor finally comes back, he tells you that he has really bad news. He sits down to tell you that you have an inoperable brain tumor. He also tells you that you only have 6 months to live. He tells you that you need to start thinking about the topic of assisted suicide. He says that it's common for terminally ill patients. Tonight, I'm going to be talking with you about that very topic. The topic of assisted suicide, what it is, what makes it a societal issue, and the arguments surrounding it. So, what exactly is assisted suicide? According to the American Medical Association, assisted suicide is when a physician helps facilitate and or provide the correct medical information in order for a patient to help end their own life. Assisted suicide is a societal issue because not only does it affect a great number of people due to the recent increase in terminal illnesses, but it also strikes up a lot of controversy and debate due to how touchy this subject is. Because of this, according to the Death with Dignity website, states such as California, Colorado, District of Columbia, Hawaii, Maine, New Jersey, Oregon, Vermont, and Washington all allow assisted suicide. Even the state of Montana allows assisted suicide, but with a court order. That's a lot. So, because of this, many people are speaking out over this very topic in order to either get assisted suicide allowed in their state or to keep assisted suicide not allowed in their states. So for those who are supportive of assisted suicide, some of the points that they may make, according to the new Youth Leader blog, are things like, by cutting life short, they are also cutting short the time that they are spending suffering. And also, they're cutting short the time that their friends and family are having to watch them in pain and suffering. So, for them, in their minds, it's a win-win situation. And also, they say that patients get to retain their dignity by getting to choose when and where they will die, normally around their family members. And it has been said that with plans in place, it normally makes grief easier for the family members when they get to talk about the plans of the patient's final wishes. And something that not many people know, but those who are supportive of assisted suicides make in their arguments, is that the drugs used for assisted suicides are normally a lot cheaper than the regular drugs used for in normal medical care just to keep a terminally ill patient alive. This not only saves our government money, but it also saves the families of the terminally ill patients' monies when they are taking place in the assisted suicide. But in contrast, for those who are opposed to assisted suicide, author Joe Massarelli states some of these points that would align with those of the people who are opposed to them. He states that upon receiving a medical degree, doctors take a Hippocratic oath that states thou shalt not harm. And many people who oppose assisted suicides state that this opposes this very oath. Many people also claim that it is very demeaning to human life, assisted suicides. They say that life is something that we should not take for granted, and by just regularly killing someone all because they're sick, we're just demeaning human life because of that. People also say that it denies the very slim chance at recovery or the very slim chance of discovering a doctor error. Another thing that those who oppose assisted suicides bring into their arguments is by saying that it violates the commandment that is in the majority of world religions, which is thou shalt not kill. This is common with the one I previously stated about do no harm. And it also puts a lot of pressure on government and insurance companies that they would rather just use the assisted suicides as opposed to life-saving measures when it comes down to it, just due to cost and availability. So overall, assisted suicide is just a really tough subject, and it has not yet been passed in all of our countries. In 1997, the Constitution decided that assisted suicide was not a protected liberty up under the Constitution. But later on, some rulings in Vaco versus Quill and Washington versus Glucksburg decided that states could choose, and that is why it's been such a big debate among these states. And overall, no matter where you stand, it's going to pull at your morals and it's going to pull at those heartstrings because it is dealing with life and death. And so in conclusion, I would want for you all to think about where you stand on this very subject. Are you for assisted suicides, or do you think that they are not right? No matter your stance, I hope that you've all gained some insight as to what assisted suicide is, and that you saw some new points from the opposing party that you didn't see once before. I've talked with you all about what assisted suicide is, what makes it a societal issue, and the arguments surrounding it. Thank you all for your time.